In this video, we'll talk about the unification of Italy. So in the 1800s, this is what Italy looked like. It was broken up into various provinces and it was not one united country. And one of the particular provinces that wanted to start to bring together the other provinces was the state of Piedmont. And the Italian state of Piedmont was ruled by King Victor Emmanuel II, who is pictured on the right. And he is going to appoint Count Camillo di Cavour as his prime minister, and he's pictured on the left. And Cavour is really going to be responsible for bringing Piedmont into the modern age and also working to unite the entire peninsula of Italy. So Cavour is going to be responsible for economic expansion. In his state of Piedmont, he is going to be responsible for creating roads, canals, railroad lines. They're going to help expand businesses, which in turn is going to increase government revenues through tax dollars. And with this increase in government revenues, he is going to start to build up a large army, which he's going to use to help unite Italy. So one of the areas that Cavour wants to focus on is the northern provinces in Italy, the ones that are closest to Piedmont. So these areas are being controlled by the Austrians at the time. And he knows that he's not going to be able to fight off the Austrians on his own. So he makes an agreement with France. And the ruler in France at the time was Napoleon III. So in 1858, he makes an agreement with Napoleon to help drive the Austrians out of Italy. And so Cavour's plan was that Piedmont would add the provinces of Lombardy, Venetia, Parma, Modena, and part of the Papal States to its territory. And in return, France would receive Nice and Savoy, which were part of Piedmont. So rather than just declare war on Austria, Cavour provokes the Austrians. So he's going to provoke them to invade Piedmont in April 1859. And with the help of the French, they're going to defeat the Austrians in two major battles. The French, however, are going to make peace with Austria on July 11th, 1859. So shortly after this war had started. And they're going to do this without informing their Italian ally. So they're not going to inform Cavour. And Cavour ends up only receiving Lombardy from this war that took place. But at the same time, there were other Italian states or provinces that were being taken over by this group of nationalists. So these places were Parma, Modena, Tuscany, and part of the Papal States. So they had been taken over by nationalists, and they decided that they would join Piedmont in 1860. So everyone together would be more stronger than separate. And so you could see on this map in 1860, the Kingdom of Italy is going to be everything that's in that magenta pink color. And they still need to work on adding the areas that are in yellow and in purple. So while Cavour is focusing on northern Italy, there is this man in southern Italy, Giuseppe Garibaldi, who is going to be focusing on southern Italy. So he's going to help raise an army of 1,000 men, who they called red shirts, and it's because of the shirts that they wore. And so he's first going to focus on Sicily. So on May 11th, 1860, Garibaldi and his red shirts are going to land in Sicily, and by July, most of the island was under his control. From there, he's going to move on to the Kingdom of Naples. So he's going to move on to mainland of the peninsula, and then he's going to head towards Rome. And at the same time, Cavour is afraid of what's going to happen if Garibaldi continues to push north. He doesn't want to lose all the land that he has gotten together to create Italy. So Cavour is going to have his army push through the Papal States and move towards Naples. And surprisingly, Garibaldi backs down, and he lets Cavour take over the rest of the peninsula to create a new kingdom of Italy, which is going to be created on March 17th, 1861. And so there's still some land that Italy has not gotten yet to become part of their country, where Italians are living at the time. So there's going to be an Austrian-Prussian War that takes place in 1866, and Italy will become an ally of Prussia. And in return, when Prussia beats the Austrians, the Italians are going to gain the area of Venetia. So this is in northern Italy. So it's one section that they didn't have to add. And the last place that they need to get for the Kingdom of Italy is the city of Rome, which was under control of the French at the time. So in 1870, the Franco-Prussian War is going to take place, and this is going to result with the withdrawal of French troops from the city of Rome. And so the Italians take back the city of Rome. It becomes the capital of Italy on September 20th, 1870, and that's how Italy unites together to make the modern day country that it is today.